I forgot I was suspended. All right, we're back on for Jevers. This is the only one I can play on at this point. And we have 100 mess. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy shit. That is a lot of requests. What the fuck is this guy doing? How did these guys get up here? Hello? Unlocalized down on D-pad. Received invalid stats delta. Byte values 9,000 are invalid. See console. Okay.
Thank you so much, and I'm gonna cry because I love you.
I love you.
And you're just beautiful, and I know you don't have a mic, but I love you. And
I love you.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna send you stuff in a P.O. box opening, but...
What do you mean, what kind of stuff? I love you too, but don't be sending those spiders or some shit. It's honestly, it's kind of weird. Like, when I don't play on this phase Jevs, like, gamer tag, I guess it's just, I don't feel like myself. Like, every single time I see this name for Jevers, it just, I'm not me. This is not me. I feel like I'm undercover. Now, quite a few people mentioned to me on Twitter that, dude, you don't even have, like, the clan tag in on this gamer tag anymore. I don't know if you, like, forgot. But what about the Clash of the Clan thing? And no, the Clash of the Clan thing is done. I'm pretty sure the videos are being, like, edited by now or some shit. I had 0 clips. I had 0 clips. 0. I know some people like wanted to believe in me and they said, oh, I think Jev is holding out and all this other shit. I'm really not. You're not gonna see like some sort of like, I don't know, surprise quad or some bullshit that you saw in the 3 mil, even though it was just like a high-rise spawn snipe. It's still quad. Pretty positive that we got fucking annihilated. Team Sprout, we're probably not gonna win unless like for some reason like somebody on the other team just didn't hit anything. I have no idea. Unless they had some sort of detriment like myself over there, there's absolutely no way that we could win. As far as clips go, maybe we can win in an edit. I have no idea. But we lose. There's no fucking way. So today I ended up getting a haircut, okay? And when I got this haircut, this is a brand new thing for me. Now, I know what you're thinking, Jev, your hair looks exactly the same, and it basically is. It's basically the same exact cut that I would always get, but I just got it from a different person, a different place, okay? Usually, okay, throughout my entire life, I had always gone to this one woman. Well, either this one woman or this one guy that she works with. Sometimes she wasn't completely available to always cut my hair, but she always did it when I was a little kid, and then in the middle school, the guy kind of did it more. I think his name was like John or something. It was Jackie and John, and Jackie has been cutting my hair for years and years and years. She's always had like small little businesses, just always doing her own thing. So you know those videos over on Twitter and shit, you'll see they're like little 30-second videos where like a dude is just sitting there, he sits down at his barber, and the barber starts at the cut, the dude's sitting down and he stops for a second, he's like, who'd you go to, bro? He's like, what are you talking about? I didn't go to anybody else. It's actually a thing, like barbers and hairdressers can just, you know, can tell when somebody else cut the hair besides themselves. Which is, you know, it's understandable because you just know your own style. The way that you cut things, the things that you use, the style that you use, just everything. They can figure this shit out. So I always had this kind of like little fear that if I went to anybody else besides Jackie, that she would just know. As soon as I went back to her or whatever to just get a normal cut if I didn't like a cut that I got from somebody else, if I come back to her, she's gonna know. Like, there's no way that she can't know. Now, me personally, I don't see any difference in how the cut was done. It was just all the same to me. I got it a little bit shorter than I usually would, like on the sides and whatever, but I mean, other than that, it's virtually the same cut. Like, there's really no difference whatsoever. So I was just kind of nervous about trying anywhere that's like, you know, new. I sat there and I figured like, you know what, you know, she's not always available for me because I kind of wake up late and then she's like getting out like in like another hour or something like that, and I don't have time to get up and like try to make an appointment and all that other shit. I can just never do it, and then my hair gets really long and annoying and I get really frustrated and I feel ugly and I feel like a really insecure girl right now. But I decided this time around, I'm like, okay, there's like this newer, more modern hair cuttery place up there. They got like little barbers and it's just all filled. Some of them specializing in men's hair, other ones specializing in women, just their hairstylists slash barbers, just a normal like hair cuttery type of place. Got all kinds of talents in there. So I go in there and the one lady's like, oh, I've never seen you before. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a little nervous. I've never been here before. I don't know how you guys are, but I just, you know, I need a haircut, you know, really bad. She's like, all right, so what are you looking for? And I was like, I just kind of have like, you know, like a disconnected undercut, you know, you can see it. It's just growing out a little bit. I don't need any like huge change of style or anything like that. Just mainly, you know, kind of a little trim or something. Nothing big, nothing dramatic, nothing like that. She's like, okay, we're gonna get you set up with somebody that has a similar hair texture to yours. She's our best barber. And so she sets me up with this one girl. I guess she's like Puerto Rican, kind of has a similar hair texture to mine because like my hair gets like really, I don't know, nappy towards the top and all sorts of shit like that. It's like disgustingly curly when it gets all wet and everything. You guys don't see it a lot, but the afro videos aren't even, they don't even do it justice for how annoyingly curly it is. Oh, I wanted to get the 5-minute for a kill cam, but... So she points over to this girl, Tara, and I look over, and it's this girl, she's got, like, red hair, it's, like, up in, like, a little bunch, got these red gauges in. She looks over at me, she waves and shit, and I'm like, oh, boy, okay. I'm sitting here, like, please do not fuck me up. Like, please, please, please. Like, that's my biggest concern, is just, like, going to other new places. I hear so many horror stories, just don't fuck me up. Because I'm already a fuckboy as it is, right? If she gives me some sort of fuckboy cut, like, even more fuckboy than it is, I'm in trouble, like, big trouble. Because this isn't like, you know, I just go to school and I can, like, slap a hat on, or I go to school and I just, you know, get made fun of maybe a few hundred people. I get put on the internet to be seen by thousands of people every single day. And not only that, it is more difficult to make fun of people in real life than it is through the internet. So not only am I in front of thousands among thousands of people on the internet, but they're also behind a keyboard and anybody and everybody just talks shit. Sitting here like, please don't fuck this up for me. So I got it all cut and everything, and she's sitting there, she's like, hey, you want a fade in the back or anything like that? And I'm like, I mean, I never really had much of a fade before, but sure, I will take a fade. And she's like, a fade would just look better with this type of hairstyle just simply because it's a disconnected undercut. It just kind of looks, you know, blocky if you don't do a fade. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, that's fair. She knows what she's talking about. She's a barber. She seems to know what she's talking about. Her hair looks cool. The guy that she just finished doing as he walked away looked pretty good. And I'm like, okay, it looks all right. So I sat there and I started getting, you know, a little bit more comfortable. And she sits there and she asks me, she's like, so what do you do? How old are you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm 22 years old. I just kind of work from home, I guess. Because I actually like try my best to avoid talking about what I do because it's just such a weird thing to try to explain to people because a lot of them don't usually, I don't know, a lot of them don't usually understand it. And she's like, oh, so what do you do? You know, have you ever been here before and all this stuff? I don't remember seeing you. And I'm like, no, I've never been here before. I'm kind of nervous or whatever. No, I have people that, you know, look at me like every single day and I'm just kind of like, you know, I'm really scared to have this like really mess up. You know what I mean? Like, no offense to you. And she's like, she starts laughing and shit. I'm like, just seriously, like, you know, it's just nervous. Everybody gets this way whenever they try something new. She's like, what do you mean? Like a lot of people look at you like you model or something? And I'm sitting there like, I'm all flattered and shit. I'm like, oh, do I look good enough to model? Thank you. Thank you very much. But I was like, no, I don't model. I'm not, you know, I'm not that kind of stature. I am not that pretty. I was like, no. And she's like, so what do you do? What do you mean by like people look at you? I was like, I kind of like, I have a YouTube channel, I guess. There was nothing else that I could really like say to like, I don't know, work my way around this whole like awkward question for me. And it's not like I'm offended when people ask me. It's just like, I hate explaining it because they never like fully grasp it. Like, oh, like a YouTube channel, huh? And I was like, yeah. Oh, well, what do you go by on there? I was like, Jeff. She's like, huh, that kind of sounds familiar to me. And I'm sitting there in my head like, yeah, fucking right. Like other people are gonna say that just so they don't go and say some like something that sounds rude, like, oh, never heard of you. I noticed that whenever I tell people that, they kind of like, oh, I think I heard about that. And then if you ask them a question, they don't really know. And they just kind of like want to avoid the question altogether. Just no more explanation about it. Just kind of leave it at that. So I thought it was gonna be that kind of thing, right? She goes, I think I heard of you. And I'm sitting there in my head like, yeah, sure. Probably not. And she's like, do you do gaming? Yes, I do. She's like, I think I heard of you before. I think I've seen one of your videos before. I didn't really look that familiar, but now that you mention it, I think I recognize it. And I was like, oh, wow, great. That's cool and everything. She's like, and she turns into this whole girl, oh my God. Like, I don't mean to sound like super duper feminine in this video. I'm not trying to be funny. That's literally just how she is. It's like, oh my God. She's all like, can we take a picture after this haircut and everything? I'm like, yeah, sure. And it got rid of my nervousness. She did a good job and everything. She's a really cool girl, Tara. Good girl, cool. No, I didn't slide into her DMs like everybody else is gonna say I did. Virgin.